Hello everyone, this is Ali Reza. Welcome to the Mentor Code Lab. Last night I talked about a news that came from Mojang, a bomb that is exploding really soon and that is dropping the obfuscation. And I told you that we may need to sit back and migrate our projects from Yarn to mojmap manually. Now today I went into Discord and asked questions, and a user thankfully directed me toward this page. Now let's read this page and understand it, and then we will see what we need to do. It says, before anything else, a more thorough documentation of the process of migrating mappings along with better specific tooling is currently planned for the near future, and it will help the transition into the non-obfuscated MC version. This page will likely redirect to the proper documentation once it is a satisfying state. Well, it may redirect or it may not redirect. Let's read and see what we have right now. It says migrating to Yarn or Mojang mappings in a Java code base. Now we know that we don't want to migrate to Yarn anymore, so the second section is irrelevant, but the first section is what we are looking for. It says Loom allows semi-automatic updating of the mappings used in a Java codebase. This can be a useful tool for users wishing to keep their codebase up to date with the new changes in Yarn, or for users wishing to change to different mappings, including Mojang's own mappings. For more information, check out the dedicated mapping page. We will take a look at that in a few minutes. Then it says Loom does not support migrating code written in Kotlin. Third-party tools are available. Well, good luck with Kotlin. This automated process does not yet handle mixins or reflection. Okay, updated tooling is currently in the works that will fix these errors. This tooling will be available before the mandatory switch to Mojang names in a future version of Minecraft. Then there is a guide for migrating to Mojang mappings. It says these instructions cover migrating from Yarn to Mojang mappings, or what we call mojmap. You'll need a command to migrate your mappings to Mojang mappings. For example, gradle migrate mappings -- mappings, and then the name of net.minecraft.colon mappings as the namespace, colon 1.21.10. Then they guide us to replace that 1.21.10 with the version of Minecraft we have. So it should be the same version of Minecraft that we are working on right now. You can work on 1.21.1. No problem. Just change the proper version. Do not touch gradle.properties and do not modify build.gradle yet. So run the command in the root of your Gradle project, either through the terminal or by adding it as a run configuration in IntelliJ IDEA. Okay, we can run it inside terminal because I assume it would be one time only task. Then they say your migrated sources will appear in remapped src folder. Verify that the migration produced valid migrated code. Then copy the sources from remapped src to the original folder. Keep the original sources backed up just in case. If you are coming from Yarn, you can now replace your mappings in your build.gradle with Mojang mappings. Example, mappings loom.official Mojang mappings. We'll take a look where we need to put this code. Refresh the Gradle project in your IDE. Check and update any mixin targets that may be outdated. Okay, additional customizations specify from where to take your Java files like so. Specify where to output the remapped source if you want anything other than the remapped src. Specify a custom place to retrieve the mappings from, for example, if you have a custom mappings. Okay, let's hold on a minute. Before reading the mappings page, let's talk about what's going on. first of all, if you developed your mod on Kotlin, then you're on your own with the third-party tools. And these third-party tools are a GitHub tool that is developed by someone else, not the Fabric team. So go on and try it. You may be successful, you may have problems. I don't know. I don't know Kotlin at all. So as Fabric wiki page says, you're on your own. However, if you are developing under Java and using Fabric and Yarn up until now, the first thing that looks like we should do is wait. Because if we wait, apparently they are working on a new tool chain and they promise that it will come out before Minecraft publishes his non-obfuscated version. So they are getting ready for that. And this is something that I really like about Fabric team. They are ahead of time always. So if we wait, maybe they add some tool chains inside Loom that will handle mixins and reflections, because they are saying that the tool chain is already a work in progress and it will fix these errors for mixins and reflections. Well, thankfully in our Ultra IO mod, so far we didn't implement mixins yet. And in our library mod, up until now, we did have some mixins. We will delete them. We will use transitive access wideners. So that's that. But we will have a single mixin, and it looks like the only thing that is needing to be changed is the targeting. And thankfully my mixin is really small, so I should be able to handle that. And the way I see it is that if you want to start migrating right now, it's okay, especially if you don't have mixins or reflections. And by the way, don't forget, access wideners are part of reflection because you are changing the signatures there. So your AW addresses may change. Anyway, if you want to, it looks like we can start migrating our project from Yarn to Mojmap right now. Just run this command once on the root project if you have a multi-sub project, or if it's a single mod, just execute this task on the mod. Just pay attention that your Minecraft version should be correct. And then we need to add our mappings for mojmap inside build.gradle. Well, I'm not sure if we need to do that in future or not, but I assume we don't need to do that anymore if Mojang gives us the non-obfuscated version, because mappings are gone at that time. So how can we assign this code for the mappings? If we go to the mapping page, they introduce that you can use any sort of mapping. Normally we are using Yarn, and this is how you are adding any mappings. So under the dependencies section, you add mappings and then whatever you need. For Mojang mappings, as of Loom 0.5 and forward, you can use Mojang maps officially. And then under dependencies, looks like at the end, or I think at any point, you can use mappings space loom.official Mojang mappings, and it should work. So it says Mojang's mapping come with a usable yet more restrictive license than Yarn. Use them at your own risk. Now, guess what? We will eventually use Mojang's namings sooner or later, so there is no risk there anymore. And there will not be any restrictive license anymore, because guess what? Mojang is not obfuscating Minecraft Java anymore in near future, and apparently the version that I didn't know in the previous video that I was talking is actually the next version, maybe 1.21.11, I'm not sure, but it will be soon. So that is why you see that the Fabric team is moving so fast and the toolchain is under development right now. And as I said last night, there was this chat that Matmas was talking about migrating toward using mojmap, although I lost that screenshot right now, but the whole thing is in front of the monitor right now. So here rises a question. Should we start migrating right now, or should we wait for the toolchain to be complete? Honestly, I think if you are not rushing things, you can wait for the toolchain to be complete on Loom. They always do a decent job of doing things. And one thing that you should be careful is these two lines. It looks like, although Loom is doing things good enough, but as they say, it's semi-automatic, and sometimes the migrated code may have some issues. So you still may have some work to do, but it will be easier. I personally prefer to start early. That's me, okay? This is my psychology playing a thing here. So I will run the command in front of the camera and we see what will happen. But before that, before I will be able to run this command, I have things to do for my library mod actually. But for the main mod, I may wait for the toolchain. I will run this command for my library mod because, well, that's a library. I need to move a little bit faster. And I want to have a warm up for my brain to get familiar with mojmapping. That's a serious thing. I need to relearn many different things now. And Linky will be really busy these days, I'm telling you. Anyway, following my previous video about the news, I found it's a good thing to know about the migration process, what the Fabric team is doing, what we already had, and what will happen in near future. And if you want to rush the things right now, we still have a way, and apparently it will semi-automatically convert our naming. If you like these videos, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on that bell so that when I publish a new video, you will get informed. Have fun everyone, bye!